quoting directly, I'm showing you the language that was provided to us from the agreement, because we as a team feel that we are bound to make our decisions based on the terms and conditions of that agreement. We don't make the rules. The team does not make the rules in this process. We make decisions based on the information that is in the terms and conditions of the agreement as we interpret it. And paraphrasing, the defendants agree, and this is important because who is actually doing the work, to research, develop, and implement so-called next-generation technology at their Missouri operations. Those operations are the barns, the farms, the lagoons, wastewater application, acreage, and associated appurtenances, whatever that means. An improved waste handling and storage system designed to, and this is important because this is where we have to decide what the standards are, how they're going to be quantified. We have to put numbers on these at the end of the day. Designed to reduce or eliminate the release or threatened release, discharge, or emission of contaminants, odor, and/or pollutants from all operations. Now, we have from the beginning sought input from the state on these interpretations. And on October 29th and 99, early in this process, we were provided the following guidance. And that was that this is based on 3 core principles. And I'm quoting from the information that was provided to the team by the state. First, the first principle. The parties agreed to install next-generation waste handling and disposal technologies. The system to be put in place is not a mere improvement or expansion of systems currently employed by the swine industry, but rather must represent a distinct evolution of current industry practices. And again, I'm pulling direct quotes from the information that we received. And we were grateful to get this information. We have to have guidance to go by to make these decisions. Second, relative to large-scale feeding operations, waste has been considered a nutrient. Missouri state regulations make clear that the flush porta, solids, and sludge are in all respects a waste stream. Next generation technology must handle and treat and dispose of the effluent and solids as waste unless suitable changes to the present system can justify the assumption of sustainable reuse by PSF. Now, I'm very glad that the state put that last sentence in because sustainable reuse of so-called waste as a nutrient is a goal that we try to achieve in our areas of research with animal waste management. And I think that you'll see with some of these technologies that PSF has actually accomplished that goal. Third, a more sustainable approach and true nutrient management principles consistent with the need to reassess the substantial nutrient loads being placed on specific watersheds will be guiding regulatory approaches in the future. Thus, minimizing water quality concerns, air and odorous emissions, as well as curtailing the need for tens of thousands of acres of disposal areas will assist PSF as regulatory and permitting processes evolve. Again, this was the 3 core principles that was provided to the team by the state relative to this initiative in 1999. Okay. By this time, in 2003, PSF has started to put some technologies on the ground. We're starting to get data. And again, we were trying to get clarification on next generation technology. More than the broad sense that it was defined in the consent judgment. So again, we requested the state provided a description of what, in the state's view, next generation technology meant. And here I point out the concluding sentence that was provided by the representative to the team from the Attorney General's office, Councilor Bill Bryan at that time. His concluding sentence was, oops, this next generation technology, this seminal phrase characterizes just how revolutionary the required changes must be. They cannot be mere improvements or advances. They must be generational to satisfy the agreement between the companies and the state. This means that any satisfactory technology must leap from the current generation to the next generation, an evolution in waste handling, treatment, and disposal. Well, how do we make these decisions? What does the process involve? PSF, remember the first slide. The company does the research and does the implementation. PSF, with input from the team, selects next generation technology candidates. This is very, very important. We, the team, feel that PSF should have a broad degree of flexibility in selecting the technologies that they want to pursue. This should not be a technology-driven process exclusively by the team, because the PSF is going to be the one that will be operating and will be maintaining these technologies. Now, does the team provide input? Yes, we do. I would submit to you that between the 3 team members that have university affiliations in this initiative, each of us has been contacted by more than 1,000 technology vendors. There's a lot of stuff out there. So, we've had a lot of experience. If PSF, for example, was going to select a technology that one of us in our research programs had objective information on and it had been a failure, would we communicate that? Yes, of course we would. But again, we feel that PSF, and we have. The record will show that. But again, we want PSF to have broad flexibility in selecting the technologies. And another reason that is very important is because we, as objective scientists, realize that technology for this industry, as with any industry, continues to evolve. So a first-generation technology where you go through a learning curve can be improved upon. So we go to great lengths not to restrict technologies that the company has been putting on the ground over the past 10 years. And we feel very strongly about that.